Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with DR Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message, and I'm recording the message that I received yesterday. I didn't get a chance to record it yesterday, so I'm recording it today. I caught myself trying to fast yesterday, so I was just a little tired and feeling a little drained and just didn't want to do anything. But anyway, so I just want to say, if you guys are new to my channel, I want to say welcome, and for those of you who are returning back, I want to say welcome back. For you guys who do not know, I'm an intuitive, clairvoyant, Hayoka empath who receive divine prophetic dream messages on top of the fact of receiving intuitive messages. And sometimes those intuitive messages come through music. Like I said, sometimes there's like a radio playing in my head or whatever, just to let me know, just to let me know what type of energies that's kind of taking place throughout the day, things that people are experiencing and dealing with. So anyway, so keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now. It could be happening a few days from now, a week from now, next week, couple of weeks from now. And keep in mind, it could be happening all the way up to like 3 or 6 months out. So keep that in mind as well too. The key is, when I give these messages, is up to you, because it's like I'm bringing you the information before it comes to you, so that way it helps you to better prepare of how to deal with the situation once it's being presented to you. So it's almost like you get in the spiritual 411 or what's gonna kind of go down. And most likely, if you're watching my channel or if you're subscribed to my channel, most likely these message resonates with you. So therefore, if you know that, okay, that this is accurate, so in other words, let me pay attention to this or whatever. But if you're just in passing, sometimes the message may not resonate with you, or it may resonate with you, or that particular message that day does not necessarily resonate with you at that moment. Does not mean that the other messages won't resonate with you as well too. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, so with all that being said, and also keep in mind that these energies are happening to different people during different times as well too, and it depends on your location on the planet. And I say all that to say, because if you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, or you're up in the north area or down in the southern area, whatever the case may be, again, these energies are gonna just kind of come to people at different times or whatever. So keep that in mind as well too. Anyway, so with all that being said, let me give you the message that was for yesterday. So actually, I'm gonna do a separate video. So the message for yesterday was, someone from your past is going to show up in your life. And this is somebody that you dated, somebody that you was really good friends with. You guys had a really good relationship, and you guys were like the best of friends. And when I say the best of friends, you were the best of friends. You were the best of friends while being in a relationship, should I say, if that makes sense. And I say all that to say that this person is going to show back up in your life. Some of you, they may show up physically, and some of you, they may show up spiritually. And the reason why I say that is because it's going to be a mirroring. What I saw was the situation was being mirrored. It's almost like the two of you guys were mirroring each other. So what Spirit is telling me is like you were on one accord, meaning that you guys, you put in the same amount of effort. Thank you, Spirit. You put in the same amount of effort. You put in the same amount of energy. You love the same. You don't, it was like you didn't really have any strings attached. And when I say strings attached, I don't mean like when you were in a relationship with this person, like this person was like, oh yeah, we're dating, but we get to do whatever. No, it wasn't like that. It was like a mutual respect. In other words, thank you, Spirit, there were boundaries. In other words, you guys, there were no strings attached, meaning like you wasn't putting expectations on this individual, and they weren't necessarily putting any on you, is what I'm getting. So in other words, it's like you were able to be yourself in the situation. It's almost like you were able to be free without feeling like you got shackles on you, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. So I say all that to say, but you guys were still, again, you were like this, but at the same time, you guys really love each other, or even still have a sense of love in your heart for this person, should I say. You always, because what I'm hearing is that you always, whether you're with this person or not, you always wish them well, should I say. But anyway, and want the best for them. So I say all that to say, This individual is going to either show up in your life, again, physically or spiritually. And the reason why I say that is because in the dream is as if he had appeared back in my life, should I say, and we were just kind of sitting around and chilling or whatever the case may be. And then he was like, yeah, he was like, Sonya, I really want to go swimming. And I don't think at that time I could go swimming with him because I felt like I was busy doing other things. And so basically I let him go swimming by himself, in other words. So I didn't really commit to going swimming with him, like he was telling me that. I knew that he was telling me that in the dream because he wanted me to go with him, but I knew I couldn't because I had other priorities. But I say all that to say that I told him there was that piece of me, and be mindful of this too, y'all. So this is just a warning. Be mindful, because there was that piece of me that wanted to say, like, don't go swimming without me, in other words. So because I thought that in a dream, that was a message that really stood out to for me to deliver, to make sure you guys understand that. So in other words, if somebody wants to do something, don't prevent them from doing it, in other words, because what spirit was telling me is like a sense of control. In other words, you trying to control the other person rather than just allowing the energy to flow. I told you guys before, as this energy ramps up more, you're better off if you just go with the flow and not try to do things the old way, is what I'm hearing spirit saying. Doing things the old way that you normally do that. In other words, if you were somebody who was always trying to control a situation or trying to control it for your own personal benefits, because, either one, spirit is saying, because you think that person is playing games with you, or two, you feel the need to play games with them because those are the people that you have always found yourself around, and they played games with you. So therefore you feel the need to have to play games with somebody else. But I say all that to say that spirit definitely allow that piece to stick out in the dream, because I was about to catch myself in the dream. I was started to say, well, don't go swimming without me. But then the first thing that popped in the back of my mind is release control. So, and allow him to be free is what I said. Is what came up in the dream, excuse me. So anyway, so as he was leaving my house, the funny thing about this was the funny thing about it was he was at the house, and then I saw him walking away from my house like he was leaving. But I also want to, thank you, Spirit, I also want to bring this to your attention as well too, because I felt like he had on a jacket that kind of lets me know that this could possibly be somewhere around about, it wasn't a big coat, but I felt like it was a jacket. So, maybe like a light jacket or whatever the case may be. And this could be happening somewhere, maybe like late September, October, or whatever the case may be. So be mindful of that as well too. And I say all that to say, and it could be early December too, is what I'm hearing. So keep that in mind as well too. But nevertheless, he had, like I said, he had on a light jacket, and I was watching him as he was walking away, like leaving my house after he said that he wanted to go swimming. So I was watching him walk away, and then it's like he had called me once he made it home. But it was so funny because we wasn't talking on the phone. We was talking through the mirror. In other words, I was looking at it. It's so weird because it was very futuristic. It's like I was looking at, think about one of those tall, dressy mirrors that, mirror that you kind of like get from Walmart, the long ones that you hang on the back of the door. It was something similar to that. Is as if I was looking in that mirror, but him and I was having a conversation in that mirror. And we was communicating with each other. And I remember telling him in a dream, I said, I was watching you as you was walking away. And I heard him saying telepathically, like, I know you used to always watch me. I know you used to always like watching me walk away. In other words, it wasn't the fact of him turning his back on me walking away in a dream. It was the fact of the matter of just checking out how he was walking. Like, it's almost like that was something that made you smile in a sense. So keep that in mind too. That's another hidden little message that I received also. So yeah, but anyway, so with all that being said, that conversation had kind of just ended. I believe it ended just like right there though. But like I said, we was having a conversation with each other on the phone. Let me make sure before I move on. Oh yeah, and then that was the other thing too, because I had thought to myself, like in a dream, thank you, Spirit. Because in a dream, I thought to myself, like when I said, "Nope, don't control him." And the first thing that popped into my mind, also too, that I had written down is like, I trust him, so I trust him enough to allow him to be free without me putting expectations and trying to control a situation on him. In other words, to the point that I can allow him to be free to move around and do what he needs to do. In other words, so it was like I was choosing to not say, well, don't go swimming without me, because I was about to, but it's like it's like even in the dream, Spirit was like, nope, don't you say that, because it was like, now you're coming from a place of being controlling. And then I told myself, I said, I trust him. I trust him enough to know that he can go swimming, and knowing that, and this was the kicker. Thank you, Spirit. The thing is, Spirit wants you to know that, trust yourself and know that your intuition is going to lead you and guide you. So in the dream, even though I said what I said in regards to don't go swimming without me, and I had to catch myself, and then I realized, no, I trust him, so I don't have anything to worry about. And then also it came to my mind too that my intuition is there, that's going to lead me and guide me and send me any red flags that I need to know about, so I say all that to say that you guys, if you're in tune to your intuition and someone does come into your life, whether it be somebody from the past, and you guys have that type of relationship that you had with them, I'm pretty sure this person is they're, what I heard was lighthearted, but they're also kind as well too. So they're not the type of person that play games with you. And if you know what I'm talking about, you would exactly know who this person is. So I say all that to say, you're going to know who this person is. So in other words, don't put any restraints or shackles, or try to control the situation when somebody does show up. Just allow it to go with the flow, in other words, and allow that person the space to be free, as well as and they should also be allowing you the space to be free. And yeah, so that was just, so I believe that was just pretty much it for us. That, yeah, but some particular reason, I really felt, oh, thank you, Spirit. I really felt like that was a situation of him and I was really mirroring each other. And the reason why I say that is, people are going to mirror each other. In other words, and Spirit wants you to know this too. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit also wants you to know this too, that you want to be surrounded around people who mirror back to you the same thing that you also want in return. So in other words, if they're not mirroring it to you, mirroring what you want to see, then those are not the people that you want in your surrounding circles, should I say. So in other words, if they're not mirroring what you want, and it's less than what it is that you want, then those are the people that, again, you shouldn't be having in your circle. Because, and Spirit is giving me this message because he really wants me to hit home, because the person that is for you, they're going to really mirror back to you what it is that you want in life. If you want that person who is kind, they're going to display kindness. If if that person is knows how to talk to you, they're going to display that back to you. They're not going to come being rude or being disrespectful to you. If that person is loving and caring, if you're loving and caring and that person is loving and caring, well, he's mirroring that back to me or whatever, or I'm mirroring that back to him. So in other words, it's like attracts like, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. So like attracts like. So in other words, if you found yourself surrounded around people who are not at that same frequency as you, because sometimes I know for me, I get frustrated as hell when people are not on the same frequency as me. It's like I don't even want to deal with them at all, because I feel like it's just too much going on. But if this makes sense to you, it was just too much going on when people are not on the same frequency or the same vibration as you. And this doesn't make anybody better than anybody else, because the message that I'm trying to hit home is just that the message that I'm trying to hit home is that, sometimes we resonate on different frequencies, and sometimes we can become agitated or a little bit irritable when people aren't on the same frequency as us, and they don't have to be. It's just that they're not a match for you. So in other words, when if that makes sense, they're not, their energy is not a match for you. So in other words, what I'm trying to say, this message hit home because what it was trying to say is that that right person is going to come in, they're going to mirror everything back to you. So this individual was like, a friend. He was kind, he was loving, he was respectful, he didn't talk, he wasn't rude, he wasn't, he don't talk to you, disrespectful. He treats you the way he wanted to be treated, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. He loves just like how you love. His heart is open just how your heart is open. And that's the type of mirror that, or relationships that you guys, if you so desire, what I'm hearing Spirit say, because we all have free will, that's the type of relationship that you should want to desire, should I say. Somebody who is exactly on the same page as you, somebody who's like-minded like you, who has the same type of heart as you, somebody that and this individual is also loyal too. Loyal, and thank you, Spirit. Also loyal, but not only that, but this individual also too, they have a mindset of entrepreneur mindset. So I say all that to say that as I kind of list those other things, he was all of those things and all the things that I was as well too. So you see how the like attracts the like, in other words. So I say all that to say that if you guys, again, find yourself around somebody who just kind of irritates you, and you feel like you're not at peace, or you feel like there's kind of disturbing, like you become agitated around them, obviously they're not on the same frequency as you. So those are the people that you kind of need to distance yourself from, because it just causes more problem in a sense. And not only that, but their low frequency can basically bring down your frequency in a sense. So keep that in mind as well too, which I wanted to say, because I really believe that I had a dream this morning that was kind of pertaining to that. But this was a totally this was a totally different person. So again, be aware of those people who are coming back into your life, that you guys were really good. And I'm not saying that it's not going to work. It's just that you have to do things differently than what you've done before, in other words. So okay, I also saw too, so take this how it resonates. Some of you guys may find a situation to where some of you are deciding to sleep like in a totally different bed. In other words, like setting up a pad on the floor, or a mat, or blow up mat, or something like that. I saw that for somebody. So I don't know who that message is for. So that may be a situation that may be about to come about with somebody, but keep that in mind as well too. So I just figured I would put that out there. I didn't really understand it, because what it was the person decided that they were gonna, oh, thank you, Spirit. The person decided that they was gonna kind of like, it's like they was about to leave the room, and they kind of took their stuff like as if maybe they was gonna head out of the room, like maybe go sleep in the couch or go to the living room or something. But then they was like, they decided to come back into the room, but instead of being on the couch in the living room, they decided to set up a pad on the floor, or again, blow up mattress, fold out cot. I don't know what it was, but they decided to come back into the room. But the two individuals were sleeping in two separate beds. So whoever that resonates for, I see that taking place. Okay. So this is also another dream too that I saw. So some of you guys may find yourself with a situation that, let's just say, somebody in your family is dating somebody outside the family. And let me just say that this individual, and let me just describe the individual to you so you kind of know what I'm talking about. So this individual is somebody who is dating probably someone within your family, maybe somebody that you don't really care for too much. And I say that in all much love and light, but it is what it is. So this is an individual that you guys don't care for too much. This individual has been about themselves. This individual has been nasty towards not only the person that they're dating, but also other family members in that person's family. yeah, being nasty towards other people within that person that they're dating, their family. Rude, has been rude and disrespectful, to people who has helped them. It has been a situation of, that anytime, thank you, Spirit. It's a situation of anytime that someone has tried to help this individual, they just kind of like, they came off as if they didn't really appreciate the help. In other words, it was like they felt entitled. So I say all that to say, and also it could be a situation of two, like they went from one family member to another family member, and these individuals also. So okay, thank you, Spirit. So what Spirit is getting me to tell you is, let's just say there could have been somebody within a family dynamic who basically said like they don't really care for this individual too much because they see things, they know things, they're intuitive, and so on and so on. But other family members has looked at that individual who has gave them the information as if, oh, they just tripping, oh, they don't want to see me with somebody, or oh, why don't they like this person, or oh, blah blah this, and oh, blah blah that. So I say all that to say, and then the other person is in that person's ear, like, yeah, like, why she don't like me, and blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. In other words, talking down to his family members. It can go both ways, his or her, talking down to their family members. So talking down to the family members who tried to help this individual. So I say all that to say that, they have went from one family member for them helping them to another family member, to another family member. And it's almost like they're kind of going through the various different family members, because it's like the family members aren't believing exactly what the other person had told them. Not only told them, but what they also had experienced. So some of you guys are going to find yourself, dealing with that situation. In other words, I hope you guys are following me. Some of you guys are going to find yourself dealing with that situation, in regards to somebody just kind of showing up and just kind of like wreaking havoc on your family dynamic when you find yourselves close. And then all of a sudden it's like they come in like a storm or a tornado to kind of, break bonds, family bonds, should I say. And thank you, Spirit. And Spirit is also letting me know, and it's like they coming to break bonds because they never had those bonds themselves. So keep that in mind too. So people come to destroy sometimes when they themselves have not really had that closeness in relationships. So sometimes when they see people that has a really tight bond, their goal is to try to come in, as they say, to kill, steal, and destroy. I don't mean like literally kill, but to destroy, as the enemy does. So anyway, so be mindful of that, y'all. Wherever at on the spectrum that you are on. So what I saw was this individual was wondering why they didn't receive presents, because it wasn't like it was a Christmas tree up. And I saw them as if they was like, well, why didn't I get presents? And then I guess, telepathically, that's what I kind of heard them say. And for me, it was like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously? Like, you don't wreak havoc on my family. You expect somebody to give you something? In other words. So I say all that to say that some of you guys, don't be too shocked. Remember, expect the unexpected when you do see it happen. So yeah, they're going to feel entitled even after all the chaos that they done caused, all the confusion and all the division that they have created amongst people. They still feel like they're entitled. So, but I noticed the thing with all of these occurring dreams, it was like it's the mirroring behavior. So I want you to be mindful of that, because that was the thing I took note of the other day too. Like, to pay attention, like people are going to be mirroring back to you exactly what you put out is what you're going to get in return. So as I said before, like when my ex had showed up and we was like the best of friends and we really got along. And I mean, when I say really got along, I mean really got along. We didn't have all the fussing and the bickering and the arguing and all that other stuff. So I say all that to say, Spirit is trying to bring that to your attention, because Spirit wants you to understand that you deserve better. So in other words, if you settle for anything less, you're going to find yourself dealing with drama. Take it how it resonates. That's how it's going to be mirrored to you. So if it's not something that you don't want to see, then don't entertain it. If it's something that you want to see and you know it's legit and you know it thinks like you, act like you, and I don't want to say necessarily walk and talk like you, but you know this person's heart. They have been loyal the whole time. So if you know them and you really know them, then trust your gut with that situation. But what I'm also hearing say, because spirits is saying that you know the difference, because some of you guys have done had these relationships that's been up and down, lasted 2 days, 3 days, week, couple of months, and then it was just not loyal. It wasn't stable is what I'm hearing. So keep that in mind as well too. But anyway, let's move on. So this next dream was also another situation of mirroring behavior. So this was a situation that came in the form of like my sister, right? So we were sitting in the car. We was waiting to go into a place. I felt like I went into the place. I don't know what I went in there to do, but I came back out. I sat in the car. It was myself, my sister, and my mother. We were sitting in the car, and I remember I was sitting up front in the passenger seat, and I pulled down the mirror, and I was looking at my hair because I had like little individuals or little box braids in my hair or whatever. And it's funny because my sister was also she had her hair in box braids also too. So it was like, again, the mirroring behaviors let me know it's like the twins, almost like the twins. Just like the first relationship, like I said, the one with with my ex or whatever, and us being like the best of friends, that was a situation. Is almost like a twin situation as well too, that we were mirroring each other, in other words. So when I came back inside in the car, and after going inside, I kind of, imagine box braids just laying down. I took the box braids and I was twisting it, just twisting it like right here. So it kind of came like right here. And I untwisted it, and then I retwisted it back up. And then as I retwisted it back up, I heard my sister say, before I retwisted, she said, "You doing your hair again?" And I said, "Yeah." And then she started redoing her hair again, in other words. So I say all that to say, it's like I was mirroring the behavior to her, and she was mimicking it back to me, in other words. So if that makes sense, y'all. Okay. So if it ain't something that you don't want to see, don't entertain it. If it's something that you want to see, entertain it. Okay? But just be cautious. Anyway, in this... Yeah, so that was it for that message. But I'm going to just go ahead and upload this one so I can kind of give you guys in a separate video, because I want to keep the dates the same of when these messages came in, and I don't want to kind of combine them together. I've been trying to keep them as they come in that specific day. So anyway, I hope this information was helpful for you guys. Give me a few minutes and I'll upload the next video, the one that came in this morning. Very interesting. But yeah, so keep that in mind. Remember, the key is people will be mirroring to you. What I'm hearing is how you behaving. So if you're behaving a certain way, and you don't like how that person is displaying something back to you, then that means that, it's up to you. The key is you can change that if you want to get different results. So sometimes when you keep doing the same things over and over again, and you're going to keep getting it until you do something different, should I say. But anyway, I wish you all much love, much light. And I will record the next video for the message for this morning in a few minutes. So much love, much light. Peace and blessings. Bye.